YouTube. I am Elf Queen. Joining me today is the one, the only, the right hand of doom.
Hello, everyone in YouTube land.
Yes, and this is another interviews with YouTubers. Of course, you already know who the topic is, but this one's a little different. Most of the time, I have a script, completely unscripted, improv. That's fun. Okay, so let's start out with
Scenes from a hat. Oh wait,
this.
different kind of improv. Okay.
Yeah, this isn't whose line is it anyway, unfortunately. But I do love that show. It is hilarious. Okay, let's start out with some questions. Ta-da. Okay. What got you interested in doing things on YouTube?
I think the thing that got me interested initially was because you see videos all the time. I saw Mr. Creepypasta because obviously I started out in creepypasta narrations before moving more towards working on comedy. Um, saw what he was doing and saw what they were doing on the Creepypasta network when it was still up and running, and I kind of got into my head that I can do voices, I can do this, um, and it just snowballed out of control. I had a whole bunch of um, subscribers in almost like 6 months. It was a good amount of subscribers. Accidentally deleted the YouTube channel. Had to start from scratch.
Oh no.
Um, yeah, that the whole narration thing really got me started with YouTube first. I wish I had a lot more time for it, but I'm just so busy that it's hard to. It's really hard to upkeep YouTube.
It fair point. Fair point. Do you have any advice for narrators?
My best advice: you are your own worst critic. That will never change. You'll more than likely, when you start out, you're gonna hate the sound of your voice. Stick through it. Don't just stop. You know, don't get discouraged while you're editing. Don't get discouraged from your mistakes. Keep going.
Shout out to Foxy Reads here,
Yep. Because
even
I,
though he's not listening, but
even though he's not listening, and honestly, we know a lot of talented people who always start off kind of the same way. We don't like the sound of our own voices, but and sometimes we get discouraged because people. I mean, it's not like people are always nice on YouTube. We understand that, but for every voice that cries out how terrible you are, there will always be voices. There will always be people who appreciate what you do. Um, and in Foxy's case, that's us. We appreciate what you do,
yes,
and we appreciate what you do, Elf Queen.
thank you.
You're welcome.
But I think someone should definitely send this to Foxy to listen to after we're done.
Agreed. Wink, wink. Nod, nod.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Okay. Do you have any advice for YouTubers, or is it around? Is it along the same lines? Like just YouTubers in general.
For YouTubers in general, just in general, curb your um, expectations. Don't expect overnight that you're gonna get, five, six, 700 subscribers. It's a very slow process, and you have to really work every day, or at least every week, to get it to where you have a regular fan base. And even when you look at the numbers, you can have, you know, 50 million subscribers and only a dedicated fan base that watches all your videos of maybe a few thousand, which in that kind of aspect, it's a very small percentage. Now, when you're a smaller YouTuber like me, even with 800, I only have about 100 people maybe who watch my stuff. So curb your expectations.
Yeah. I myself have 31 subscribers. And I know, I'm pretty sure that a few of them don't like constantly watch all of my content, but that's okay.
Hmm.
I understand that people are busy and not everyone has time to listen to all of my narrations, considering that I'm still a fairly new channel.
Right. And you're just kind of stretching your wings a bit. You're getting started, so
Yeah.
um but from what I've heard, I've enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm. What do you think of your fan base?
I hate that. No, I'm just kidding. No. Who would honestly say they hate their fan base? Honestly, I wish I could say I love my fans, like most YouTubers get to say, but it's more that I don't really feel connected to my fans because they watch my videos and very rarely will they actually comment.
Yeah, you have a lot, fair, decent size, but fairly silent fan base.
Pretty much. And what I notice is there's usually a few kinds of commenters on YouTube. The trolls, the people who don't like your work and want to bitch, whine, and moan. I'm sorry if this is a
It's
PG
okay.
13. Um, by the way, can I say the word fuck?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
one of the last people I interviewed was Creep's work, so
Okay. Yeah. Okay. um, but you get the kinds of YouTubers who comment are generally trolls, people who don't like your work and want to complain, bitch, and moan, people who will complain usually about anything, or you get the people who really enjoyed it and want to let you know.
yeah. My fan base is quiet as well. Then again, I only have 31 subscribers.
And
um,
I kind of take it as if they're not saying anything,
means you're
it
doing well.
I think so because if you were doing something wrong, they'd be the first one to tell you, "Oh my god, this is shit. Oh, why? Ah, I hate it. Ah."
Yeah, and I personally can say that I have one narration of a story I wrote, and only while I was editing the audio and such did I notice how many contradictions it had in it.
Ah,
But I think it made it kind of hilarious. Like you contradicted yourself here.
yes.
Um, I mean, it's kind of funny how no one commented on that.
And it's just it kind of speaks to either your voice is that good that you're so entertaining that people aren't noticing it, or people aren't necessarily paying attention.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, it
and
has 17 views and two thumbs up. So
yeah,
something about that tells you something that they like my voice.
yeah, which is a good thing. With my channel, um, some of the stuff that is most viewed, probably the most popular stuff. One actually, the storm comes in. It's a story I wrote while working at a call center because I hated the call center. Um, which I really didn't hate it. It was fun in its own way, but I hated it at the time. So when I wrote the story, and put it on YouTube and everything, I didn't expect to have almost 2,000 views on that story alone. You know, it did really well, surprisingly enough.
Yeah. Cat. What mic do you use for your recording?
So the mic I'm using right now, it doesn't have the greatest quality on it, especially for live streams. Probably because I need to move it close to my face. This microphone, believe it or not, is just a Logitech microphone.
Mm.
Um, it is a USB microphone. I don't know any of the special, you know, thingamabobs about it, but I can tell you this: I'm using the same one that you use to play Rock Band with.
Well,
Yeah, it's a Rock Band microphone. I once said it's a Rock Band microphone to someone like, "What kind of brand is that?" I'm like, no, it's from the game Rock Band. I use that.
mm, that's fun. I personally am using a Plantronics USB headset. And it's always fun. Let me tell you, it's always fun trying to adjust the microphone so it's in just the right position to pick up your voice. Like, if I move it up here, you can't hear me. If I move it down here, or if I move it right here, I'm really loud.
Yeah.
Getting that perfect medium.
It sounds like, you're trying to eat the microphone.
Yes. Oh.
And now suddenly the audience is deaf.
Yes. We are sorry. No.
No, we're
No, I
not.
don't think we are.
We're
Ah.
as sorry as you probably are for clicking this video. No, I'm just kidding. Which means you're probably not sorry at all. Huzzah!
Yes. And there you are, slipping partially into your laughably dapper.
Absolutely.
Yes.
A lot of the voices actually I've been using today. Because honestly, the voice I use for my channel, the Right Hand of Doom, it's obviously supposed to be Ron Perlman, my Ron Perlman impression. It's not the way I speak every day. It's for public appearance, if you will. So a lot of the voices you hear, though, are voices that I use in Laughably Dapper.
Mm. Okay. Have you gotten any really weird fan messages? Or anything?
Oh yeah, I've gotten some weird comments on my YouTube that I'm just like, how about not smoking that sending a message? That
Yeah.
might be a good idea, pal.
Or sometimes it's like, whatever drugs that you are on, can I get some?
Where might I acquire such drugs?
Yep. Okay. What social media site other than YouTube do you find yourself on most often? Not including Skype.
I was gonna say, Tumblr. Absolutely, I use Tumblr like hell, and I'm not an SJW or anything like that. Um, I love it because there's a lot of funny content. It's pretty damn streamlined, which I really enjoy. You can find all kinds of amazing content, and I have to say I like using it a lot more than Facebook because um, Facebook for me is so different and so annoying now. And there's so many older people using Facebook. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, that's kind of cramping my style. See, I need to have some space. See, um, but I actually have a feeling that Facebook is slowly now, um, because people are using it less. I think Facebook is coming to that end now where
So you
it's
think
going to
Facebook
die.
is becoming MySpace?
Yep. I think it's slowly getting there now. Because so many people use it and hit such a height, but now all you see is basically the same content that it's just kind of dropping off.
Hmm.
It's going to be a slow death, but it's going to be a death.
Yeah. Oh, and random comment here. Going back to when you said scenes from a hat, on Laughably Dapper, you could probably do that. Just have
Oh,
like an entire episode devoted to whose line is it anyway, and just do vocal improv.
oh, I would love to. Mostly because a lot of our members are so gifted with improvisation.
And I would
That
love
it's
to be
great.
I would love to be like one of the guest stars.
There's
If
always room. The way I tell people is, although auditions have closed, there's always room in Dapper. There's always room for new talent. It's a long term investment though, and there's always money in the banana stand. 12 Doom points if you get that reference.
unfortunately I do not get that reference. I
It
might,
is
but I don't understand it at this moment.
uh it's an Arrested Development joke.
Mm.
They literally have a banana stand that they put money into, and eventually they burn it down for insurance money without knowing this fact.
Well,
That show is amazing.
yeah. But I wouldn't mind being a guest star or being a character. That is, if you want me. I mean, I have my YouTube channel and school that I have to juggle, so
We all have things to juggle. Trust me, I am a master's degree counseling student.
ooh,
I have a 40-hour job,
yikes.
and I write scripts about once a week. I've only missed a couple of scripts, and let me tell you, I have a crap ton of scripts now.
Well,
Production's going to be a pain, though.
yeah, I have a feeling you use some of your counseling skills on yourself.
Self care is very important. We practice what we preach.
Yes. I'm actually taking psychology in my school right now.
Nice.
But the one thing that really tripped me up was the biopsychology, like with the names of the neurons and everything.
Yeah, honestly, the bio,
Biopsych.
the physiopsychology is very difficult because there's a lot of material, so it's really dense and compact. It's
Yeah.
important to know, but if you are interested in the field of psychology, my suggestion is you're going to have to narrow your field down a great deal anyway. So if you don't like this particular one or you don't quite get it, there's a different field for you. Guarantee it.
Yeah. You see, what we just went over in class, which I found really easy, was classical conditioning.
Ah, yes.
Uh, un-
Pavlovian responses,
yes,
you've got,
Pavlov's
ah,
dog,
yes.
which I actually was able to use my knowledge of that to explain to someone what Pavlov's dog experiment was.
Nice. Excellent.
Yes. Okay. We've gotten a bit off topic here.
Just a little
And
bit. I
again, this
mean,
isn't scripted, this is improv, so.
this is completely improv, off the wall.
No,
I wish I
not
could do the MLG honk thingy. You know what I'm trying to say. Words.
words. Where do words come from? uh, well, it's partially unscripted. I'm looking at previous questions I've asked others. Okay. Do you enjoy doing collaborations?
I love doing collabs. Mostly because there are so many talented people, and I always really enjoy when they ask me to be on something, and I enjoy when they say yes when I ask them to be a part of something as well. It's one of those things for me where they're difficult for everyone involved. They're difficult and time consuming, but generally speaking, they are most often most often worth the effort. Um, Especially because these people are taking time out of their day and their lives to do something with you. Um, that's kind of a big deal. Now, something of advice for you guys who want to start up narrating or beginning narrators, YouTubers, etc. Just because you have a big name person like Mr.
Mr.
Creepypasta,
Creepypasta. Jinx, we said it at the same time.
damn it, I owe you a Coke. Uh,
uh,
but just because you have MCP or you have, Creeps McPasta, even Gentleman Raven, or let's even say Markiplier, PewDiePie. Just because you have them does not guarantee you're going to get subscribers, views, likes, comments, any of that. It's not a guarantee.
Yeah. I think maybe sometime in the future I might see if I could do like an interview with YouTubers, because it doesn't strictly have to be YouTube narrators.
Yeah,
I mean,
branch out because
if if I
there are
manage
billions
to
and
reach
billions of
PewDiePie,
yeah, but
people will be like, "Oh, PewDiePie? Okay, this catches my interest."
of course, and honestly, um, I know this is kind of far into it, but go for it because narrators is very niche. But look at how many YouTubers there are. There are thousands, and you can always talk to the ones that you're interested in, and your audience will find out with time what they want to listen to and what they don't.
Yeah,
I
and I
am
could.
sorry for the copyrighted music in the background right now. My phone is going off.
It's okay. Um, just tell everyone what song it was. That way, it's not
That's
copyrighted.
that is Valhalla from the 13th Warrior by Jerry Goldsmith.
Ta-da! It has now been given credit.
Hell yeah. And it was only like a 30, maybe a 30-second clip. That would be kind of long, actually, for a phone ring.
Yeah.
Although I have done some pretty crazy stuff with my phone rings. I even have the Megas and the Proto Men.
um, and yeah, branching out, I could also interview Celtic Cabot for this, which would
That
be
that would be amazing.
like, yeah, I actually have her as a YouTube contact. Not
She is
YouTube
a,
contact, Skype contact.
she is a wonderful person.
Yes.
She is. And she does a lot of interviews and stuff on her own channel.
Yes, and I have signed up for that, even though it will take a while. But that's okay. She
Yeah.
does things her way, and it's kind of like you narrators, well, not narrators,
You? What do you
interviewception.
mean, you people?
Interviewception. You know, because she interviews people and I interview people, and
Yep.
interview reception.
Indeed. It can be a double. It can be a double interview.
Yes. Like, oh, that would be fun. Double interview. Like, two interviews going on at the same time. Like, I ask her a question, she asks me a question. That would be fun. Do,
Indeed.
do excuse any background noise. Just kidding. Yeah. Oh, while we're um
Derek Davis asks on Facebook, super salad, easy. Salad, because soup is just warm water with stuff in it. Actually, you know what? I changed my answer. The answer is breadsticks.
like, oh, cake or death.
Death. I mean cake. Oh, no take backsies.
Like, I'm sorry, we are out of the cake. So my choices are or death. I'll take the chicken. Eddie Izzard.
Comedy. I love comedy, and it's funny. Um, Writing the comedy scripts, I have no in scripting. I have no formal training in comedy. I have some. I have some acting, mostly from high school and stuff. And I kind of realized I feel like Quentin Tarantino, who never went to film school, but watched so many movies and stuff that he literally just that is how he does his thing.
Mm. Okay. So we could just keep making like Eddie Izzard quotes along this. I mean, we've given him credit now. He's like one of the best comedy people who I've watched. And
There are so many brilliant comedians, though. I mean,
yes, there are.
I don't know even know where to begin. You have You have Eddie Izzard, you have Eddie Murphy, you have Paul F. Tompkins, the guys on Whose Line Is It Anyway? There's
Oh
just so many.
yes, whose line is it anyway? Uh, it was just
Going
as
full circle, guys. Going full circle.
yes. Okay. So, when you do collaborations, do you prefer voicing good guys or bad guys?
Okay, so if anyone knows me, like anyone personally knows me, they know I have a legitimate hero complex, which I more than admit. So I love voicing heroes. However, just like many great actors have stated, it is so much more fun to play the villain because you can just unhinge yourself completely.
Yes. I'm writing a story which requires like a very suave villain.
I know quite a few people who would be good for that, actually.
I was thinking Lupus Creepus because I like the way his villain voices are. But I actually want to hear your best attempt at one of the lines.
Well, if you've got one of the lines for me, I can definitely do a couple of different takes for you. That way you can
I
kind of get a feel.
I just have to pick one of his lines which makes it like suave and yet creepy at the same time. You know.
You know, the
I mean I
classics.
mean he's a king of shadows.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you right there. If you can get a hold of him, he loves doing collabs. He's really gracious about it. Um, I'll still try out for this right now in front of everyone. I'll show you the process, guys. Um, Barnabas Damos.
Oh, Barnabas Demos, yes. I already have
Yes.
him as a contact.
Um, Barney actually is a part of Laughably Dapper, and it's funny. He plays a couple different roles, but his main role in Laughably Dapper is a very sinister character.
I bet.
So
I mean, he's still a YouTube creepypasta narrator.
yeah, the guy is just fantastic.
I mean, his interview, which I did with him, has more views than the interview I did with Lupus Creepus. Like, interviews with YouTubers Barnabas Demos has 21 views compared to interviews with YouTubers Lupus Creepus, which has 18 views.
That's
So,
because everyone I know has agreed his voice is literal sex chocolate.
sex chocolate. Ah. So I might actually have to ask him to voice this. Let's just figure out. Let's find one of those voices. Hmm. Oh, this one. This one seems reasonably creepy and yet suave at the same time. Ah,
If I can figure out where you're going to be sending that line.
yeah. Do. Not there. Do. I just have to. Here it is. Chat. There's the line. I
And
see
there's
you've
my
quickly found the
response.
chat.
Yes. For some reason, it had it up already. Okay. So this is going to be take one.
Yeah.
Oh, there is no need to be afraid, Blair. Well, now that I think of it, there is. I'm afraid. I'm afraid you can go home.
Oh,
Oh,
not.
that's supposed to be can't. Okay.
Yep.
See. Okay.
Thank you for catching the spelling mistake.
You're very welcome. You're
Can't.
welcome.
Here, let me the corrected line. It's always fun when you're going through your own stuff, reading it, and you catch your own spelling mistakes.
Trust me,
There we
I'm
go.
completely oblivious until someone points it out. Because I write scripts every week, so we go through this with me all the time. the Dapper members can tell you. God, why Sam always? So let's try this again with my Slade-esque voice. No, there's no need to be afraid, Blair. Well, now that I think about it, there is. I'm afraid you can't go home. You're mine now.
And you said Slade-esque. Are you referencing the original Teen Titans?
Yes, I'm
Yes.
yes. Perlman
Oh,
is best Slade Wilson, period. I'm sorry, the end. My favorite actor.
yes. And they've destroyed Teen Titans. They've made it Teen Titans Go.
I know, but I love it because it's goofy and it's stupid. So there's a part of me that wants to resent it, but most of me is just like so entertained because of how. I mean, they literally had an illusion to. They had an illusion, I should say, to beating your meat in a kid show. It it was just so off the wall, and it caught me so off guard when they did it. I'm like, nope, I can't hate this show. I'm sorry, it's funny.
Yes, but bring me back the original Teen Titans. Bring them back. I missed that show so much.
Everyone does, but I think it's because we didn't have a satisfying ending.
Yeah. I think one of these days I'm just going to be like, okay, what I want for Christmas is the full Teen Titans box set so I can watch it.
That is
In,
not a bad idea.
in fact, I'm going to, you know, do.
It's funny because just a couple months ago, me and Arcane Razzle, my fiance, we actually we binged through all of Batman the animated series, Superman, Justice League, and Justice League Unlimited. And I
Mm.
have to say, except maybe Superman, those shows really hold up. Superman though is hilarious because he's kind of a dick to people sometimes.
Yeah. But how I eventually learned how to spell Teen Titans is the theme song. TEENTITANS, Teen Titans. Let's go. That
You did
that
the
theme.
accident and everything.
Yes, I do. I mean, you kind of can't not do the accent when you're singing that theme song. TEENTITANS, Teen Titans. Let's go. I mean, how can you sing that normally? Just how?
I
Da,
don't have a proper answer to
yeah.
that.
Da. You know who to call. Teen Titans.
Copyrighted.
Exactly. Well, true. It is copyrighted, but it's the old Teen Titans. We've already given it credit. Okay, let's move on now before we get more in trouble. uh,
Took ourselves further into this hole. Let me do another take with this, really quick. I'm gonna go with more overtly creepy on this one. Let me get some water here. This is now the NPR section of the stream. Give me just a moment, if you will. That's some good water. Okay, I think we can begin now. Sorry, I'm just seeing my fiance's reaction. I can't keep a straight face.
okay.
Sorry, babe. Um, there's no need to be afraid, Blair. Well, now that I think of it, there is. I'm afraid you can't go home. You're mine now.
Mm. If you want, you can do a third take.
Hmm. Oh, I know who I want. For future fans of Laughably Dapper, this is Terminal Velocity. You're not going to use this, but it is hilarious.
Oh, there's no need to be afraid, Blair. Well, now that I kind of think about it for a little bit, there is. I'm afraid you can't go home. You're mine now. Wow, I should not do that.
Yeah.
I always like to do like two serious takes or as many serious takes as I can, but I always end with a joke take.
Yeah. You did fairly well.
Yeah,
Now all I need to do is get Lupus Creepus to, one he's not busy, and I also need to finish the darn thing.
yeah, it's gonna be hard because that guy keeps pretty dang busy.
I know. When he is free, I I have a feeling he's going to make sure he's free tomorrow for Thanksgiving, but he's also busy. He's free away from things, out
Yeah,
off work and everything for Thanksgiving.
pretty
Which
much.
YouTuber, other than yourself, do you listen or watch the most?
Um, Surprisingly enough, it isn't actually MCP. It was for a while. Uh, then I was like all over the place with narrators. It was for a while Dimension Bucket, but I think he had computer problems, and now he's actually got his own sweet little gig. So, though I miss his content, I really loved his stuff. He was really a master at audio engineering. Guy's brilliant. I think right now it's probably cliche, but I'd say Markiplier.
Mm,
Uh, Mostly because it's fun to watch him go through things. I think a second favorite right now is Cry, and then Team Four Star.
yeah. My friend actually introduced me to Cry.
My fiance actually introduced me to Cry as well.
Yeah, she was like, hey, you should listen to Cry. I don't really watch his gaming stuff, but every now and then I poke my head around. If if I have time, and if he ever has time, I might get him in one of these interviews.
That'd be
Because,
really interesting.
why not? And a lot of people really love him.
He's a great guy. You can tell he seems like a sweet guy.
Yes.
That Doom, though, that guy seems like the major biggest dick. Have you seen that guy? Jeez. With that handlebar mustache of his. Oh, look at me, I'm so fancy.
And for those of you at home, I legitimately have a handlebar mustache.
Uh, oh, like S- Snidely Whiplash. Like
Sort
Snidely.
of, sort of. I've shown my face before on camera, so it's one of those things where I'm
Uh,
not afraid of it, but I'm surprised no one on my channel is just like mustache, mustache, mustache.
uh, okay. So, I okay. What is your favorite game?
Favorite game? Is that like board game? Because I do have a favorite kind of tabletop and
Both.
okay. Favorite tabletop game, hands down. While I do enjoy Warhammer, War Machine Hordes. I love playing as Crix. It's freaking awesome. And then I have to say, favorite board game right now is probably hmm. There's so many games. I love playing games. Um, apples to apples or Cards Against
Oh,
Humanity. It's
yeah.
it's kind of a toss up because of how we played apples to apples was so terrible. It was like not the intended use of that game, but that is how we played it, and it worked so well. And I think favorite video game. Ah, yeah, that's a tough one. Mm. I honestly don't know what my favorite video game is. I love video games too much to actually be able to choose. That's like saying choose your favorite son. Just pick one.
Yeah.
Just pick one.
It's kind of like the thing quoted in Doctor Who. Um, that if someone asks you where you want to go, it's like if someone asks you your favorite book and you immediately forget like all of the other books you've ever read.
Yep, that is exactly the experience because it's just like applesauce.
Yeah. And then like, no, wait, I meant this. Like, too late.
Too late. You tried. Oh, frickin' well.
What's your favorite animal?
Hmm. Favorite animal is a dog. They're loyal, they're fun, they're fluffy, and they're just plain dumb sometimes.
Yeah.
Favorite animal, hands down.
My favorite animal is
Sec-
the cat.
Cats are good. They
Yes.
are.
The
They're shit
kitties.
sometimes.
Yes.
They're shit sometimes. Second favorite animal, guinea pig. I've always found guinea pigs to be absolutely adorable and just squishy. I had a pet guinea pig for a while too. He was adorable. He just passed away not too long ago.
Aww.
Um, just last December, as a matter of fact. Was it December? No, December before that, I think. So it's been almost 2 years since Pepe died.
Aw.
Best guinea pig ever in the world, period. And one of the things I loved most about having Pepe was that although I was severely, I would just like break out, and I was really allergic to his dander. Whenever he was, uh, whenever he was with somebody and he was really comfy, he would lay out on top of them, and it was adorable. And he would play with the rabbit that we had all the time. And that is the story of Doom, who loves animals.
Aw. Okay. Do you like puns?
Puns?
Yes.
I see puns more as a how do I put this? Puns are kind of like a necessary evil. They are cringeworthy, but you can't help but laugh at them. Some of them are really freaking hilarious. Like if you ever get to interview Delph the fish, his puns, he can turn almost anything to a pun. He is a pun fu master, and it is equally terrible and enjoyable.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm a bit distracted. I'm talking to one of my friends who's going through some stuff, trying to help her out. Anyway,
Hooray! Get a little glimpse of how things work.
yep. Do you enjoy singing?
I do. I don't particularly think I'm any good at it, although I've been told that's BS. I do enjoy singing quite a lot, especially when I'm in the car.
I also really enjoy singing. My school recently had auditions for the Addams Family, and I of course auditioned for Wednesday Addams. However, I didn't. I was just stuck in the general chorus. I think it was mainly because I couldn't go to um because I couldn't make it to the dance auditions, and also due to the fact that I froze twice.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I think the thing to handle stage fright that I figured as a when I was a youth back in my day, um, instead of directly looking at the audience, I would look towards more the back wall as if I was looking at the audience.
Well, it's not. I didn't freeze. It wasn't on stage. It was in a classroom for the vocal auditions.
Oh,
So all of their eyes were on me, and I was just like, "Oh, I knew it. It's just I knew the song. It's just I was afraid. I was nervous because drama has recently changed hands and
mm.
new director. Same person playing the piano, but new director. So yeah, that was a bit interesting. But hopefully the Adams Family will be fun. If you were ruler of the world, what laws would you make and why?
I never really thought about that. If I think I would have to have silly laws as well as not so silly laws. Like first silly law, you must greet every person that you see who you're meeting for the first time with the best possible joke that you have. By law, it would be illegal to do otherwise. And I think serious law would be the rich would get taxed a lot more than the poor, and there would be a little bit more equilibrium.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, yeah. And not so much the middle class, but like the supreme rich that just like tax breaks all over the place. Yeah, no. So there's that. And here's the part of the program where Doom rambles like an idiot.
Yeah. I mean, I. It's okay. We've gotten off topic. Then again, this isn't scripted. So, what is your
Off the
favorite creepy?
rails.
What is your favorite creepy pasta? Not including the ones you've written.
Um, favorite one so far. I think it hasn't ever changed. Mr. Widemouth, because it was so impactful at the time I read it. It still holds up really well after all this time, and in all honesty, it has, for what it is, it has the fewest mistakes in writing, and it has the fewest plot holes that I've seen. It is one of the most airtight, well written, particularly creepy stories that I've ever had the pleasure of reading.
Yeah. I mean, one of my favorite versions of Mr. Widemouth, not that I've listened to that too many others, is the one Lupus Creepus did. I mean, his voice, his narrating voice, though. Sorry, I'm bringing Lupus Creepus up in here. Okay.
Your fangasms all over the place. I think you should.
Lo siento. I'm sorry. I do speak.
Yay! Hit another Hispanic! Hooray!
Well, I speak un poco español. Yo hablo un poco español. I speak a little bit of Spanish. It's probably not the right term, but what's your favorite accent?
Favorite accent. I go through so many of them that usually it changes depending on mood. Like when I'm really angry, my favorite one to go to is kind of like the Scottish Irish. It's like a bastardization of both of them, somewhere in between. Like a Scot and an Irish put the differences aside for one night, and out came the resulting child. That's probably got to be my favorite accent because it's just so much fun to do.
Yeah, you do actually sound really good doing that.
Thank you. To the untrained ear, that sounds fine, but I actually know in Dapper there's a couple of Scots and there's a couple. I think there's an Irishman. I I think Jim counts. He's gonna see this like doom. But no, they're like, yeah, that's not an Irish accent or a Scottish. I'm like, yeah, it's somewhere in
It's a
between.
mixture of the two. You said that.
So
I'm going to ask 3 questions in a row. What is your favorite color?
red.
What is your quest?
Define the Holy Grail.
What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?
African or European?
Well, I don't know. Ah! Monty Python's Flying Circus. More copyrighted stuff.
Yes.
But at least we give them all credit.
Very true, very true. That is the Monty Python theme. And if you don't know that, stop living under a rock! Rocks
Exactly.
on top.
And now for something completely different. Hold on. No, I need to do that when I actually have a question picked out. Okay.
At this point, you're just like, what's the square of a triangle?
And now for something completely different. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? You see what I did there?
Yes. So what could I do if I knew I couldn't fail? I'd punch a guy in the mouth. No, I'm just kidding. I'd go find a bear. Find the biggest bear I can find. Give him the biggest hug and tell him it's okay, bear. You don't have to scare these people no more. Have a Snickers bar. I honestly don't know what I would do if I couldn't fail. Probably do more Dapper.
Okay. And when I asked, did you see what I did there? I meant I used the accent while I was asking the question.
Yes, I did notice
Because
that.
Monty Python, you have to use that accent whenever you say, and now for something completely different. And you have to, yep.
I get it now.
Oh, that voice you just did, that reminds me of that one guy from Portal 2. The computer dude.
I haven't played that one. Mostly
I
because
haven't
for some
either, but
reason,
I just
that
know
one is
his
more
vague
expensive.
voice. You monster. That's a probably very poor impression of GLaDOS.
You monster. I don't know.
You monster.
Yay. So, yes. Taco Bell. Product they send with Taco Bell.
Yes.
In Chorito, Macho Burrito.
Okay. And now for something completely different. Do you like D&D?
I love D&D. I love D&D 3.5.
Yes, 3.5. I've actually played that version,
Yes.
and
I say
5 is actually
3.5.
pretty good.
Huh.
I mean, it's simpler, but it's also kind of annoying because they mashed like investigate, and like they made it perception with like instead of searching for something you use investigate or perception, and those are the only two.
Hmm. I have to say though, with D&D, the only reason I say 3.5 is because I play Pathfinder. I'm currently running a Pathfinder game with the Laughably Dapper crew. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them are above us. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I play D&D. I would be perfectly happy to join in campaign if you start a new one.
Well, I mean, we just started last week. We have like, uh, God, we have 11 people in the campaign, and I'm the GM, so yeah, it's
Are
kind of a
you one
lot.
of the characters?
I could have, but I play enough of the characters that I'm just like, no, I'm satisfied. I really don't need to be adding myself as a character because that's too much knowledge that I would have.
Yeah. Sometimes, if it's really small, the DM has their own character, and like, I'm not helping. This character's not helping you. I, I I could help you DM, even though I've never DM'd a game myself. I could help you plan out plot twists or whatever, unless you have a specific plot you're following,
I usually do, however,
specific campaign.
I usually do, however, uh, I think this time I'm going more as open world as possible.
So yeah, I could definitely help you think of plot twists. That is,
Cool.
if you want.
I would not mind.
Okay.
I have people all the time who are like, can we listen in? There's a lot of people.
Yeah, I'd mainly just be like listening and being very quiet.
And probably laughing your ass off.
Yeah, like laughing and then giggling as I suggest a plot twist to you through Skype or something. Through the Skype chat, not group chat, because then everyone would know. But like the actual side Skype, yeah. um.
And that's
Okay.
the way.
Uh huh.
You like it.
Yeah.
Uh
Uh
huh.
huh. Okay. And now for something completely different. Is there any creepypasta that you won't narrate, even though you've kind of moved on from creepypastas?
Um, I I really do like creepypasta, and I do want to get back to narrating. It's just the editing part is so annoying. I'm like, yeah, no. Uh,
Yeah.
but I think there's a couple stories that I won't read, and I told people that this one before. It's one that actually got, I think, even removed because it was just too um insanely graphic because it was to the point where it was practically torture porn. Um, it was so disturbing for all of the wrong reasons that I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not touching that one. There's something about there's a limit between when it goes from something that's scary, spooky,
To
and then
something that's super gross and such.
just something that's too fucked up. And just like, yeah, that should not be a thing.
Yeah.
Not to say that it isn't bad writing. At the same time, it's just like this could very possibly be the writer trying to be erotic with what was going on, which was just not cool to me. It was just like, nope, nope. Um, Needless to say, it's one of those things where Horror, I find, just like comedy, is an art, and it's so difficult because it's so subjective. Um, Humor, though, is a lot easier to do. I find writing horror is just like, oh, you're afraid of a sponge. Ooh, no one's afraid of sponges.
Yeah. And to give all of my listeners and you a sneak peek, even though you've already read one of the lines, at the opening of the story I'm writing, which I'm not sure how long I'm going to make it, and not how many bad guys I'm going to add in, that bad guys that all belong to the same group. Is it okay if I read it? Yes?
No, you I mean, this is my channel. Wait, no, it's not. So yes, of course you can.
This is my channel, and I want to get your opinion on how I open this. Stories. We've all heard them before, but within every story, there is something dark, just waiting there, waiting for the right moment to strike. When you're fast asleep in your bed, or when you are wide awake inside of your supposedly very safe home. They have a countless amount of opportunities to strike. They are the shadows. Shadows lurk in every story. They are patient creatures who get to know you, who watch your every move, waiting, just waiting. Then, when you think everything is safe, they drag your soul into their world. Most of the time, there is no escape. But I survived.
I'm just gonna be blunt. That is not how you open a door at all. But in terms of the actual, it was good. It was good. It kept me interested enough to keep going, and it kind of catches the eye. You want to keep listening.
Yes, that's what I always try to do with the narrations or stories I write for myself. Um,
Hmm.
just yeah, just catch the attention with and make them want like what? Give me more. Where's the rest? Where? You know, especially if you end your writing on a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
That's when like what?
but like a lot of people will tell you, when it comes to cliffhanger endings, you have to do your best to earn it,
Yeah.
and that's, children, is how you get gerbs.
Hmm. Okay, and now for something completely different. Would you rather have a broken heart or no heart at all?
I have been through broken hearts before in the past. Um, I'd rather have a broken heart than not have a heart at all because at least something broken can be fixed and or healed.
Yes,
Having not
and
something, having no heart at all, I would not be able to breathe.
yes, and you would become a little black creature. Kingdom Hearts,
Yes.
Kingdom Hearts reference. I may when I used that question with Barnabas Dimas, he actually made that reference himself, which was fun.
We have fun here.
Yes. Any what are your plans for Laughably Dapper?
Buckle up, kids. My plans for Laughably Dapper. Our plan right now is once I've gotten through with writing as many scripts as possible, we're going to start production, which is going to take a long time and hopefully get them out quickly. We are also planning to do a Christmas special. We did a Halloween
Ooh.
special. The Halloween special didn't quite go off as well as I'd like, only because the audio quality. However, um, I feel like we were gonna do a Thanksgiving one, but we had some problems that we weren't able to do it, even though I wrote it, which is fine. the Christmas episode. I speech good.
I do
The
words.
Chris,
I do words.
with the Christmas special, rather than doing it as a live stream, we want to see if we can actually get them both written in time to have them come out around the same time.
Yeah. Hold on. Hey, I'm actually on a live stream for my YouTube channel right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Doom. I'm talking to my friend.
That is all right.
Yes. His name is the right hand of Doom. She says hello.
Did I say bacon?
Doom, the right hand of Doom says bacon. Bacon. Yes. Hannah, can I actually call you back in a sec? It's okay. It's okay. Okay, now I can hear you.
Hooray!
Do do do.
I just found the most adorable GIF of a adopted opossum riding on the back of a white dog. It is adorable. And normally possums kind of look gross, especially when they're doing that hissing thing, but this one
Yeah.
looks really cute. He's just like, I am scared. I want to be your friend.
Oh. Oh, imagine a puppy trying to do a handstand.
Mind blown.
No, it's just imagine the cuteness of that. It's like their face meets the floor. Ridiculously cute though. Just think of that and you smile. Also, if you are ever in a bad mood, think of a T-Rex trying to make a bed.
that is hilarious.
Yes, yes it is, which is why I brought it up. How long has this been going on?
Fairly decent time, I think. If the audience isn't dead or bored yet, I know how to entertain them. I don't know how to entertain them.
Yes.
Oh, we were talking actually. We were talking about plans for Dapper. I just realized. Sorry, I got distracted
It's
by
okay.
stuff. For Laughably Dapper, we're gonna try to do a full production for our Christmas specials, so that you guys will get to see the polished versions as opposed to the kind of bad audio that we had in the live stream, which I'm sure would turn people away because like, oh no, I can't hear this right now. My ears, my sensitive ears.
Just like when we were eating our microphones.
Yes, exactly.
And if they didn't go deaf from that, congratulations, you are still with us.
You're one of the 1%. Hooray for you.
Yes. I have to admit, having unscripted interviews with YouTubers is actually kind of fun. My friend Hannah, the one who I was talking to a few seconds ago, she says that she's the bacon master.
That is funny because I too am the bacon master. I hope your friend has a wonderful time now.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can find more questions. Or we can just do some improv, you know.
Possibly. I mean, we've been going on a little bit over an hour now, I think, so.
Yeah.
I think we have time for maybe 3 more questions. 3 is a good number.
Okay. Let's see. Da, 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 da. And now for something completely different. If you are if you were famous, would you want a statue or a building named after you?
Statue. Statues are better to look at. So much better to look at.
Okay. Um, and and now for something completely different. A man with 3 noses. Just had to throw that in. Uh, a man with 6 legs. He ran away. Oh, a man with 3 noses. We did that already. A Scotsman on a horse. Uh, sorry, I have to make Monty Python references. It's been brought up. And we
It
also have,
is okay.
and remember, Eddie Izzard, running, jumping, climbing trees, putting on makeup. Well, you up there. Ah, okay. We actually need two more questions. Okay. If you could have any feature from an animal, what would you want and why?
I could go with the obvious answer, but I'm gonna go with what I would really like is to have the feature of uh wait, that doesn't exist. No, that doesn't exist either.
Just any animal, even if it's imaginary.
I'd like the ability to throw fire from my mouth
Like a dragon.
like a dragon.
So you want to be a dragon. That
Possibly.
does that pretty
Yeah.
much sum it up?
Little bit. Dragons are awesome. They're not the best or the coolest, but they are still pretty damn awesome.
Okay. Do-do-do-do. Okay, and here's a question for you regarding Laughably Dapper. How many people do you have playing characters in Laughably Dapper right now?
How many people of the 37 that we have playing actual characters?
Just
Um,
yeah, on the Laughably Dapper crew or whatever.
let's see. There's
Just
one,
if
two.
there's way too many to count, just give a rough estimate.
There's I'd say honestly a good 28, probably 30 actually
Mm,
that have dedicated voices and everything.
okay. And I do believe that was our last question.
It was, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
So, I have to say this. I hope you like the sound of my voice and subscribe.